Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session in 2 cases. First case is cause number M330480. Second case is cause number M331814. Cause number M331814 is styled the state of Texas versus Bobby Dwayne Lott. Mr. Lott, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lott, you're also known as Bobby Dwayne Hemingway, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mr. Lott, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Lott, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
Mr. Lott, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Lott?
Well, you do.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Lott, you represented in your case by your attorney, William Marcus Wilkerson. Mr. Wilkerson, how are you doing?
I'm hanging in there, Judge.
Okay, that's good. Now, Mr. Wilkerson, do you waive a record in
Yes.
Mr. Lott's case?
Yeah.
All right, the state is represented in this case by attorney Erica Porter. Attorney Porter, how are you
I'm
doing?
doing great.
Now, Mr. Lott, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Well, let me read this here. Now, I have before me a document that is titled Information. In this information, it alleges that you, Bobby Dwayne Lott, which is also known as Bobby Dwayne Hemingway, on or about December 25th of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed to Class A misdemeanor offense to drive while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. Mr. Lott, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes.
And to this charge, Mr. Lott, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Okay.
No contest? Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Lott, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Now, you notice I have some initials here next to some writing that I just put on this document. And the first one I had, I put AKA Bobby Dwayne Lott, because on this document, it has Bobby Dwayne Hemingway. And then the next set of initials is next to the offense date, which was December 25th, 2021. Okay. Now, on page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials. On the line next to the box is check nolo contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes.
And on the next document that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, you recognize this document.
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
Top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to appeal, which means you're giving up your right to appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Lott, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you? And did you read and understand everything that he wanted? And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes.
to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Mr. Lott, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
State. I have before me states exhibit number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment. States you like to offer states 1.
Yes, Judge.
Any objections?
No objections to 1 or 2, which would be the probable cause.
Okay, no, states offering states 2.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no objection, states exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Wilkerson, you've advised and counseled Mr. Lott. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No,
Mr. Lott, your attorney, Mr. Wilkerson, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes,
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
yes,
Mr. Lott, I will accept your plea no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for the defendant's plea of no contest, the state has offered 30 days in Jefferson County Jail, giving them credit for 30 days, plus court calls, tax and retired court calls, time served.
Mr. Lott, the state is offering that you serve 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because you've already served 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for the time that you have already served. The court costs in this case will be taxed and retired. And what that means is you will not be required to pay the court costs because the time that you have spent in jail has already paid it off. So therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. Mr. Lott, do you understand the state's offer?
yes, sir,
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
yes,
And do you accept the state's offer?
yes,
Mr. Lott, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state and state what we're going to do with cause number M330480.
We're gonna dismiss it based on his plea for his current cause.
Okay. Mr. Lott, the state is dismissing cause number M330480 as part of the plea agreement that you made in cause number M331814. Now, Mr. Lott, this will conclude your case. If you do not have anything else holding you in jail, you should be getting out today. Now, you're going to stand next to your attorney, follow the directions of our clerk. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go and follow the bailiff, and you have a blessed day. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Mr. Wilkerson, I think these are your last two cases.
Yeah.
You're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
thank you, Jeff.
Okay? And hang in there.
I'm doing my best.
Getting paid from family court, so we're not in the back on there. You're in trouble. That's what happens when you're in too many places that like that. I remember. Yeah, and I'm doing it per se, but still, I guess they can't trouble me. I mean, I'm doing it.
Right. I was from home with me.
Yeah, but
Let me see, we got Flanagan.
Make sure I'm good. On that license, after that. See if I'm on Zoom.
Court is in session at calls numbers 23-CCCR-0900 and calls number 23-CCCR-0902. Both cases are style the state of Texas versus Germany, Jane Flanagan, Arjane. Okay, Ms. Flanagan, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. You?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Flanagan, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Flanagan, you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Let's see. She has 3 cases.
Right, I'm writing in that restitution.
Oh,
This one, because it wasn't on.
Okay. You may put your hand down. Well, I saw 2 of them up here. I was wondering. Start first.
It's the restitution.
okay, thank you. I didn't have that in my mind.
It's okay. Okay.
Ms. Flanagan, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Jennifer DeLodge. Ms. DeLodge, how are you doing?
Great, how about you?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Lodge, do you waive a record in Ms. Flanagan's cases?
Yes.
Ms. Flanagan, in calls number 23CCCR 0902, I have before me an information, and this information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Germany Ajane Flanagan, on or about April 24th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of theft. Ms. Flanagan, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Ms. Flanagan, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes.
Ms. Flanagan, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of the same document, there are a set of initials next to a box that's checked no contender, which means no contest. You place your initials on this document.
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there's one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Ms. Flanagan, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Ms. Flanagan, before you signed and initialed these documents, did you read the documents? Did you understand what you read?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Ms. Flanagan, are you a citizen of the United States? State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, would you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, sir.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
No objection. State's Exhibit 1 is admitted. Ms. Flanagan, your attorney has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with the representation? Has she provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Lodge, you advised and counseled Ms. Flanagan. Is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Flanagan, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you're mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for the defendant's plea of no contest, the state has offered 90 days over 1 year straight probation, 80 hours community service, no fine in this case, court costs, and restitution of $915.70 to M&D Supply.
What is the court cost in this case?
It's 277.
277. Mr. Lodge, are you appointed in this case?
Yes, sir.
How much is the,
250.
in this one?
250.
Okay. Okay. Ms. Flanagan, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for a period of 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you will not be required to pay a fine. However, you will be required to pay a court cost of $277. You'll be required to reimburse Jefferson County Court appointed attorney's fees of $250. You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, a urinalysis fee of $15 each month, and a reimbursement fee of $15 and restitution of $915.70. Now, your total monthly installments is $214 a month. Ms. Flanagan, will you be able to pay the $214 each month? You'll also be required to perform 80 hours of community service, and you will be required to pay the restitution to M&D Supply in the amount of $950.70, and you will be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Now, Ms. Flanagan, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Ms. Flanagan, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Okay, now, Ms. Flanagan, we will move on to your next case. Ms. Flanagan, your next case is clause number 23 CCCR 0900. And I have before me an information sheet that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet, it alleges that you, Germany, Ajane Flanagan, on or about March 21st of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of theft. Ms. Flanagan, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes.
And to this charge, Ms. Flanagan, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No problem.
Okay. And erase the A, it's a B.
Oh, it's- we'll just protect.
It's the back. It just, you like an eraser.
Oh,
The
it
back.
went away. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, now, Ms. Flanagan, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Let me see. Yeah, you already played no contest to this charge, is that correct? Now, Ms. Flanagan, I have before me a document, excuse me, those here, a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document? Now, Ms. Flanagan, you notice that the box that's checked states that this is a Class B misdemeanor. The range of punishment for a Class B misdemeanor is minimum 0 days to maximum 180 days in the county jail, a fine from $0 to $2,000, or you could be given both such fine and confinement. Do you understand the punishment range for a Class B misdemeanor? Now, on page 2 of the same document, there are a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked no contingent, which means no contest. Do you recognize this document? And now, is this your signature? Are these your initials on the line that's titled no contingent, which means no contest? And on page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature? And on the next document that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? At the top of this document, there's one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? And do you recognize this document that's titled discovery certification? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Now, Ms. Flanagan, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. State I have before me, states exhibit number 1. State, would you like to offer states 1?
Yes, sir.
Any objections?
No, Judge.
No objection. States exhibit number 1 will be admitted. And Ms. DeLodge, you've advising counsel, Ms. Flanagan, is there any evidence that she's currently been in any competent stand trial in this case?
No, Judge.
And Ms. Flanagan, your attorney, Mr. Lodge, has advising counsel you. Are you satisfied with the representation in this case?
Yes, sir.
Has she provided fully effective and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Flanagan, I will accept your plea no contest. I will find that you're eminently competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plain waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of state. Do we have a plea bargain agreement in this case? And what is that agreement?
In exchange for the defendant's plea of no contest, the state is 90 days over 1 year straight probation, 80 hours community service to run concurrent with the other 2 causes, court costs. This case, you will be issued a fine of $500, and the restitution amount is going to be $369.98 payable to HEB Jesse Ramirez.
What's the court cost in this case? Attorney's fees.
25.
Fees. Okay. Ms. Flanagan, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not be required to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because you've already served 90 days in the Jefferson County Jail. Well, because you'll be placed on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs. The court cost is $277. You'll also be required to pay a restitution fee of $369.98 to HEB Jesse Ramirez. You also be required to reimburse the county for the court-appointed attorney's fees of $25. You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, your analysis fee, $15 each month, and a reimbursement fee of $15. Now, the total monthly installments. Now, because you're already on probation, we're going to reduce your monthly installments by $75. Your monthly installments would have been $190 a month. However, because you're already on probation, we're going to take out the probation fee of $60 and the analysis fee of $15. So your probation fee in this case per month, your total monthly installments will be $150 a month. Will you be able to pay the $150 each month? Okay. You'll also be required to perform 80 hours of community service. This case will run concurrent with cause numbers 23CCCR 0902 and cause number 23CCCR 0984. Now, Ms. Flanagan, you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Flanagan, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. Flanagan, we will move on to your next case. And your next case is cause number 23CCCR 0984. And in this case, I have before me an information that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. And in this information, it alleges that you, Germany Ajane Flanagan, on or about March 1st of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of theft. Ms. Flanagan, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Ms. Flanagan, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charge?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Flanagan, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment, is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. You recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials, GF on the line next to the box that's check no contingent, which means no contest. You place your initials on this document.
Yes, sir.
And on page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there's one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. You recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Flanagan, before you sign in and issue these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents? And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes,
to the best of your knowledge?
yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, sir.
No objection.
No objection. State's 1 is admitted. And Ms. DeLodge, in this case, you advising counsel, Ms. Flanagan, is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. Flanagan, your attorney, Mr. Lodge, has advised and counseled you in this case. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
Has she provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Ms. Flanagan, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargaining agreement in this case?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for the defendant's plea of no contest, the state is offered 90 days in Jefferson County Jail, probated for 1 year, 80 hours community service, court costs, no bond, restitution in the amount of $1,149 payable to Howard Lewis. And both,
Howard Lewis,
yes, correct.
Lewis with a
LWIS.
L-E-W-I-S.
And this case will run concurrent with the other two cases that you just mentioned.
And what was the fine in this case?
$1,100.
No, fine.
Oh, no fine in this case.
No fine?
No, not in this.
Okay. And the restitution is $1,149.
Correct.
And this case will run concurrent with cause numbers 23 CCCR 0902 and cause number 23 CCCR 0900.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. What's the court cost in this case?
277.
277. And attorney's fees $25.
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Flanagan, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you not have to serve any time in Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to, you will not be required to pay a fine. However, you will be required to pay court costs of $277. You'll be required to pay a restitution in the amount of $1,149 to Howard Lewis. You'll be required to reimburse Jefferson County Court appointed attorney's fees of $25. You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, your analysis fee of $15 each month, and you'll be required to pay a restitution fee of $15. Your total monthly installments is $215. However, because you're already on probation, this fee will be reduced by $75. It will be reduced by the $60 of probation fee and the $15 restitution fee. Therefore, your monthly installments in this case will be $140 a month. Will you be able to pay the $140 a month? You'll also be required to perform 80 hours of community service. This case will run concurrent with cause numbers 23CCCR 0902 and cause number 23CCCR 0900. Now, Ms. Flanagan, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Flanagan, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. Flanagan, this will conclude your cases. Now, Ms. Flanagan, you're gonna stand on the X next to your attorney, follow the directions of our clerk. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You have a blessed day. And you have a blessed day as well, Ms. Delage.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. And this was conclude the calling of the court's motion to revoke probation docket and announcement docket on today's date of October 11th, 2023, County Court of Law Number 2, Jefferson County, Texas. Judge Terrence Holmes presiding. Everyone, please have a blessed day.